So as we get closer to our new stadium being built, can we get into the Champions League again? You find out in this video.
This is just an intro, you better believe it. Jesus, that was bad. Yep, welcome to the series.
So welcome to today's video. Hopefully you are well. My name is Paul, also known as the Northman. In this video we are going to be recapping our summer window, where we have made the biggest signings possible as we look to qualify for the Champions League again. That qualifying is finished, so we are going to look at that in this video. Shall we do that first, or shall we do signings first? We're going to do signings first. So the first signing to come in is from Dortmund. He is a Danish left wing back with 3 caps for Denmark. Oscar Sjoby comes in for a 12.75 million fee. Now we're paying 6 million up front and another 6.75 million when he has played 50 games for the club, which means if he's an absolute flop, we can move him on and we don't end up spending an absolute fortune. But also one thing I do want to point out is that he is by far our highest earner ever. Ever. He is earning a third of what the rest of the team was earning only a few months ago. So it's a huge step forward. It's a huge risk in this Build a Nation series. But I thought it was the right time and the right player to take that risk on, because as a wing back on support in general, he is just an insanely talented player and could take us to the next level. Now the second signing, costing us 3.5 million from Penarol, is Luis Diaz. He has been capped 1 time by Uruguay, scoring 1 goal, and we needed a rotation option for Samara, and also an option who could play in the shadow striker position, so Samara could drop into that. We have had a few injuries in our attack midfield position, so I felt like just a bit more depth with quality was needed. And let me tell you, when we speak about quality, this guy has it. I think he is a very, very good player. Make sure you do comment below and let me know your thoughts on him. Do you think he is a good signing? That is 2 signings we brought in the summer window. 1 for 6 million up front, 1 for 2.5 million up front, rising to 3.5. It's big money spent. Now in terms of the outs, there's only been 2 outs. Sakarisen has gone to Las Palmas, obviously sold to bring in Luis Diaz. 1.4 million, he'd only picked up 2 goals in 10 games for us. He never looked good, so we've just let him go. And also going on a free to Stromsgodse, we've let one of our youngsters go in Melin. He was never going to feature in the first team, so let him move on. So in Champions League qualifying, we came up against Anderlecht. We were drawn against Anderlecht in the 3rd qualifying round. We got 5-0 victory in the opening game. 5-0 victory in the first leg. Basically meant I put the kids on the second leg. Brun, Samara, Jovajic, the young defender we signed in the last episode, Dunjak, and then Snowen on the score sheet as well. Now we did lose the second leg 3-1, but we were pretty much through. At this point I kind of tinkered a little bit, made a lot of substitutions, made sure we didn't get tired. We didn't look the best in it, but we went through. 6-3 on aggregate against Anderlecht is huge. Now that saw us come up against FC Copenhagen, the big boys of Denmark, against the mighty Egerson, rising up in Norway, and a 1-0 victory with the 88th minute goal in the first leg. Saw us take something to Denmark to hold on to and give us a chance of getting into the Champions League group stage. And we did it with a goal from Pinker in the 45th plus 1 minute, and a goal from them in the second half. Saw it finish 1-1, saw us go through 2-1 on aggregate, and that saw us into the Champions League group stage for the 2nd season in a row. Now in the Champions League group stage, we've been drawn against Atletico Madrid away from home, Galatasaray at home, Lyon at home, Arsenal at home, away to Celtic, away to Feyenoord, at home to Eintracht Frankfurt, then away to Milan. It's some very, very tough games. If I had to guess, I would say 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe a win there, so 7, 8. 9, 10. Maybe we can get 11 points. Maybe we can scrape through. When I'm looking at the games, I do think maybe we could scrape through. I really do. And maybe it's blind faith. Maybe it's been deluded. Let me know what you think below. But looking at that, I think we could do it. Now, financially, it's been a huge help. After spending big money to make sure we still look solid, that money coming in from the Champions League has put us in profit again. Last season, we made 21 million. We are now at 5.5 million this season. We needed that money. We were in the negative for the season. It's great to see that money come in. Now, in terms of how things have gone in the league and cup since you were last with us, we beat Osana after the last episode, got 3-0 victory, all in extra time, before losing to Sogndal 3-1. We then went out in the cup on penalties. Now, I put out a very, very heavily rotated side, but I don't understand how we lost. I really don't understand. It's very frustrating, but it kind of sums up this season. So we then drew against Viking, beat Ålesund, league champions 3-0, before Chelsea 0-0 draw. We did then beat Lillestrøm 2-0, before leading. Were we leading? We were leading 2-0 against Rosenborg. They then came back and were winning 3-2 before we scored in the last minute. We then played odds and we were winning 3-0 before they came back and the game ended 3-3. And we've just played Sandnes and we were leading 1-0, then 1-1, then we were leading 2-1. The game finished 2-2. Currently we sit in 4th place. We have a game in hand. If we win the game in hand, we would be 4 points off top. Okay. And I can't express how hit and miss we are this season. Now, could we put it down to the fact that we have a new tactic? I do think that is, without a shadow of a doubt, an influence on it. Without a shadow of a doubt. The likes of Gonzalez, I am retraining in central defence as a wide central centre-back. He came in and has been playing as a wing-back the whole time. Never played anywhere else. He is doing a great job as a wide centre-back now this season. He's 6 foot, so he can play there. No issues there. But he's very talented in other things. The fact he's got good dribbling, good crossing, etc. means as a wide centre-back, he's going to be fantastic. This tactic can work. You can see I've got variations. So we've got this one, bit more attacking options there on the wide centre-backs. Then we've got a very defensive one here. So we have 3 setups now, all based around the wing-back idea. Do I think the wing-back idea is successful? I don't know. And I guess my thoughts on it probably would take another year to decide if I think this tactic is good. Did I make the biggest mistake in Football Manager history, switching from a 4-5-1 to this tactic in this save? Did I make the biggest mistake possible doing that? When you look at these last 3 games, dropped 6 points in total. Could have beat them, should have beat them. 6 points dropped. 2, 2 and 2. We're so inconsistent. But there is a lot more goals getting spread around. So let's have a look. Top goal scorer is Samaru 13 now. You can see Duric, by the way, hasn't got a single goal since the last episode. Pinker with 8. Knapsku with 4, etc. In terms of assists, you've got 7 for Brunn. You've got 6 for Pinker. 6 for Duric. And when you go on Duric, for example, last season for us, 0 goals, 4 assists from central mid. Now 5 goals, 3 assists from attacking mid. 7.32 average. So he's doing much better. I'm curious. For example, Pinker. Shall we check out Pinker? So 7.2, so better average. 3 goals, 3 assists. He's not doing bad. How's he looking compared to other people? If we go attacking midfielder. So attacking midfielders across the big 5 leagues, okay? So he has a 1.52 for key passes per 90. That is above average. Average is 1.27. Assists per 90, 0.23. He actually has just above average there. Dribbles per 90, he's well above. He's almost in the elite option. Pass completion at 86 is just above average. And shots on target of 1 is just below elite, okay? So he's doing well in an attack midfield player. Let's check Diaz. 1.48, in between average and elite. 0.23 is above average. 1.32, that is dribbles per 90 is below average. 86 is above, again, exactly the same actually. And 1.21 for shots on target per 90 is well above elite. So he's doing really well in attacking mid. How's Samare doing as a striker? So goal scoring attacker. So headers 1 per 90, he's on 2.9. So it's above average. Dribbles 1.07 is just below average. Non-penalty XG 0.49 is just below elite. Just below elite. Shots on target per 90 1.63 is above elite. Conversion rate 22% is just above average. I'd like to see a better conversion rate from him. Shall we check out Gonzalez as a centre-back, as soon as we discussed how he is a centre-back this season. Tackles per 90, 1.16 is below average. Clearances, 2.31. I mean, wow. Okay. Interceptions, 2.44 is above average. Blocks, 0.51 is above average. And progressive passes at 5.39 is above average. So he's done well. What about Lelo as a central defender again? 1.12 below average. 1.35 for clearances above elite. 1.5 interceptions is below poor actually. Blocks is 0.41 and progressive passes is 3.8. Okay, Lelo's not rating too well, but what do you think? What do you think we are missing? What do you think you would change? If I go back on tactic screens, you can see the tactic and the setup here. We go more direct recently, passing wise, etc. How are we looking stats compared to the rest now, possession wise? Yeah, so 58%. Goals, by the way, at the minute we are the 11th, so we're not scoring enough goals, nowhere near. Defensive record is second best now at this point of the season. But we're not scoring enough goals. We get that. We get that. Could we move Vedvich to here and have 2 centre mids and have him as a attacking mid on attack as well? Could we have our wing backs on attack with him as a support? Should we have him as that, getting him a bit further forward? What would you change? What would you change in this tactical setup to change this from the worst decision in Football Manager to the best decision in Football Manager? Make sure you comment that below. I've been Paul, also known as Northman, and I will see you for the next video where we recap the 2034 season, and hopefully we've had a good run in the Champions League and we're looking solid going into the winter break, where after the winter break we will have a brand new stadium. Finally, hopefully, I pray our Champions League games next season will all be at our home stadium in our hometown. That's the dream. I'll see you next time.